It is time for the spring concert from the Catawba River Winds. They're joining us here this morning, and they brought along a guest. So we typically have Ryan Tinker and Connie Grantham. And Ryan and Connie, you've brought along Ray Linkous, who joins us from Nation Ford High School. Now, he's part of the Catawba River Winds, but I understand you're a special guest conductor. Good. Well, we'll get to you in a quick second. But Connie and Ryan, we always like to kind of lay the foundation with our audience members in terms of how you describe what the Catawba River Winds is all about, a little bit about your concert series, how your schedule looks, and just kind of take us from there.
Sure. So the Catawba River Winds is a community band that we started back in May of 2022. It is a pretty large ensemble, about 95 people, mostly of the community, and they some of them are professional musicians, all the way down to just some folks that were used to play in high school a long time ago and wanted to pull it back out of the attic and start playing again. So we have a wide gamut of different ability levels, but we get together several times a year and put on a concert and have a lot of good fun. So.
And for those that are listening that might not understand what winds comes from, the woodwind instruments, what are some of those instruments? What can people be ready to hear if they come to the concert?
So I think one of the best ways of describing it is, well, one, we're a band. So if you in a typical high school band, but if you know the instrumentation for an orchestra, it's just like an orchestra except for there are no strings. So
got it.
Woodwinds and brass and percussion, that pretty much makes up our ensemble.
Connie, when you have 95 people in your band, where do you have your concerts? I mean, it's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people. We are housed at Nation Ford High School in Fort Mill. We rehearse there and have our concerts in the auditorium. It takes a lot to get set up for the group. Chairs and stands and percussion equipment, getting ready for that. But we've been very blessed to have Nation Ford as our home base and very grateful for that. Another thing that kind of playing off what Ryan was saying, describing the band that we have done, is this past December, we started a middle school honor band, and it was very successful and also was at Nation Ford. Hope to do that again next year. And we do have a lot of folks in our group, and we're just very grateful for that. We're almost at our limit, though, which is a great thing. The stage is full, and the band room is full when we rehearse, and we just really enjoy it.
Do you pull from like the Fort Mill community or throughout York County, Lancaster, Chester, Charlotte even?
We have a lot of folks from South Carolina in our local area and also in Charlotte area as well. And so we have a good blend of various peoples, all kinds of professions. We have police officers, we have dental hygienists, we have band directors, students. It's just a great mix of people.
What does the rehearsal schedule look like? Do they practice on their own? Do you meet a couple of times together? What does that look like?
We do try to send out the music in advance so they can have an opportunity to look at it before we all get together and listen to it together, you know. But we rehearse 4 times prior to a concert, and those rehearsals are roughly about 2 hours long each.
Right.
So,
The Catawba River Winds, they have their spring concert. It is this weekend.
Sunday,
Okay.
Nation Ford High School at 4 o'clock.
Okay, and that brings us to Ray Linkous, who is the band director over there at Nation Ford High School, and it's also a member of the Catawba River Winds. And good morning to you, Ray.
Good morning.
So what is your role within the Catawba River Winds, and specifically your role at the concert on Sunday?
Well, typically I play in the ensemble. I'm a tuba player, we've had this at our school for a couple years, and I've just been really honored to have Connie and Ryan invite me to guest conduct on the concert. It's a really great opportunity for me and my students. It's like in my back door, so it encourages me to get my horn out and play, which as you get older as a musician and if you teach music, you spend a lot of time preparing to teach all the time. You don't get to play as much, so this is great for me. And a great opportunity to kind of be a part of the community, the musician community in the area, not only just fellow band directors, but I have several band parents that I'm sitting in the ensemble with, former band students. You have a couple around here, I think. And it's just a wonderful opportunity for us to kind of socialize and get to know each other that's outside of just the school setting. Even though it is in the school, this is all voluntary. It's kind of a time when I can relax most of the time. But I'm thrilled to be able to conduct on the concert. There's the piece that I'm doing is called Gotcha and Corral by Clifton Williams. It's an old piece I did at one of my very first Region Band experiences. And I've loved the piece ever since I was a kid. And I asked them if this would be a good fit for the group, and they said sure. So it's just a lot of fun to be able to contribute and be a part of that when it's in my backyard. So,
well, it's great if you can play alongside, as you mentioned, band parents, current students, former students.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just really cool because when you're in school, kids do not think that teachers have any life outside of the classroom. Yeah. So when they see you show up and they say, Mr. Linkous.
Or at the grocery store, you eat food? You buy food too?
They're always shocked to see you outside the classroom. Why is it important if you played a musical instrument in school, why is it important to be part of a community like this?
I think it's just enriching, and in today's society, we are so segmented by our phones and our computers. We do not go out and do things like I'm sure all of us did when we were younger. And it is what it is as far as that is concerned. But it is much more special to me to be able to take time out of the day and do something with other people and create music. It is first and foremost, it's an art form we all share a love for. And to be able to do that, and everybody's there because they want to be there. They didn't get hired for a job to be there or anything like that. They volunteer their time, and time is valuable. And so to do that and to make music together, I think that's why the group has been strong and continues to grow, is because it's something that's dear to your heart. You wouldn't be playing an instrument this long if it's not something that you don't get tremendous joy from doing and fulfillment. And it's something you can share, from a social aspect with your students. We talk about that in class sometimes. The kids that do participate or kids that I've had that's graduated that are in the group, that they come by and say hi and we catch up. It's just there's so many great things that come about from this group. So again, we're really blessed to have it here.
Connie and Ryan, what instruments do you play? As many times as you've been on the show, I don't think we've ever asked that question.
I'm a flute player.
Yeah, I'm a trombone player.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
So give us, again, the final details about this concert on Sunday, May the 19th. Who, what, when, where, why?
The concert's at Nation Ford High School, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's free. We hope that as many people can come if they have free afternoon. Anything else you want to add?
Well, it's going to be about an hour of music and a lot of good fun. So
yeah.
Fantastic.
Sounds great.
Well, we appreciate you all for creating this and giving folks a platform to continue to display their talents here in our community. And again, these are just 3 of the 95 that will take the stage there at Nation Ford High School, including one of our very own Ryan Folds is also part of the Catawba River Winds, and that's fantastic. Again, concert Sunday, May the 19th, starting at 4 o'clock at Nation Ford High School, and it's free.